This is 120 words per minute as per technical board passage. Start. Mr. Chairman, sir, very eminent and capable people from both the sides have participated in the debate and made very valuable suggestions. The government has made a note of all those suggestions, and my colleague will give a detailed reply to all the points that have been raised. On my part, I would like to make a few observations on this vital bill having far reaching consequences. Almost all those who have participated in the debate expressed their faith and confidence in the democratic system which we have adopted for our country. It is a well known fact that ever since we attained independence, democracy has been extremely successful in this country. Still, there may be some shortcomings here and there. With the amendments that are brought forward today, I do not say that everything is going to be perfect. However, best something might be. There is always a scope for reform and improvement. Let me say at the outset that this piece of legislation brought forward by this government is intended to strengthen this democratic system of our country from the grassroots. This bill, for the first time, addresses itself to major electoral reforms, the process of which has already been initiated by this government. It has been stated by some members that the opposition has not been taken into confidence by the government before bringing in this legislation. I do not understand what is meant by that. You are aware that there is no recognized opposition as per the rules. Despite that, I would like to say quite categorically each group was consulted and given an opportunity to put forth its point of view. We have consulted the opposition in a very fair and objective manner, and we have gained by the views they have expressed. So far as this government is concerned, we want the opposition to grow and to develop, but I am very sorry to say that during all these years of independence becoming free, no opposition party has developed with a national perspective. Speaking about the present system, it has also been said that there is government monopoly over the media. I would like to remind them that at the time of elections, equal opportunity is being given to all the recognized political parties. Guidelines have been laid down in this regard after a great deal of thought. If there are any violations, members are at liberty to raise them, and they can be rest assured that their genuine grievances, if any, will receive the best possible attention. Criticizing the government, some members from the opposition have said that there is nothing worth mentioning in this bill. One major reform that is brought about through this bill is the reduction in the age of voting. Is it not a remarkable decision that we have taken? We have taken this decision because we have complete faith in the youth of India. We feel that they are ready to participate fully in the functioning of the parliamentary democracy. It is on youth that the future of this country rests, and we are quite confident that this reduction in the age of voting will have a good impact on the social and economic policies of the country. Youth is really the force which can shape the destiny of the country. Now, I would like to talk about the state funding of elections. Funding of elections is practicable, but how far it will be able to eliminate the use of money power in elections? I, for one, believe that no amount of money can make anyone win an election. Dear sir, I have the pleasure in informing you that the much awaited conference of the entrepreneurs has been decided to be held in the last week of next month. You will be very much interested to know that unlike the other conferences, this conference is designed in such a manner that the entire investment opportunities available in India will be placed before the participants, and the participants will have a very wide choice to select the areas to suit their expertise. You are aware that India is a land of plenty. There is no dearth of raw material and natural resources in this great country. One more additional advantage is the availability of skilled and unskilled labor who will put their heart and soul into the work that has been entrusted to them. It is a well known fact that people who went abroad from this country have earned a great deal of reputation for their sincerity and hard work. This bears testimony to the fact that if adequate opportunities are provided to them, one can extract excellent work both in terms of quality and quantity. The governmental participants of the conference will explain the economic and political background of the country, thereby provide an opportunity to think in terms of investing in India. I hope you will make best use of this opportunity and make it a point to attend the conference without fail. With best wishes, yours faithfully.